Well, not all California's out of surf. Got a little corn snow here today up in the mountainy areas, the Sierra foothills. Everything's got a light dusting of corn snow. Everything melted off last hour. Expecting 6 inches of actual snow tonight. All my stock pre-bonsai doing well. Just gave my another dose of fertilizer for the winter. Dug up this monstrous hackberry not too long ago. Got a, I don't know, 6-inch thick trunk. It's got 2 main leaders. I haven't figured out which one I'm gonna use in the final design. I'll just see how it responds before I start hacking on it. It's a Chinese elm stump I've had for a few years. I think I might put it in the ground to get it to really grow faster. Got 2 different type of hawthorns? No, not hawthorns. What are they? Oh, hornbeams. This one's the Korean. That one's a European. I'm gonna start propagating from cuttings this spring. The buds starting to come out, so they'll probably get cut back and into some soil here shortly. These 2 guys are local hawthorns I dug out a while back. They don't look like much, but this is their first year in soil, and this one's really shooting back pretty well. Let them establish in the pot for a few years, see what happens. That's a emerald green arborvitae. Yep, nothing much to do in winter. Hang out. That's about it. Cool. So I got a juniper here that my dad propagated years ago. I think it's an Armstrong juniper. It just kind of was left alone, rooted through the pot in the ground in a shady area, and got ignored for about like 5-10 years and really turned into this monstrous bush on my dad's property. He was starting to run out of water, so he's like, take anything you want. I saw it, dug it up, and here it is. So, quite large, as you can see. It's got some good old growth in there. It's doing pretty well. It's back budding nicely. The downside is it's got this huge trunk. It's got some cool, neat features though, but I'm thinking doing some air layering to it, maybe here or up here. It's got this nice little odd set of branches that could really become into a feature maybe in the future. One of those things, you find stock and you let it, just keep looking at it and figure out what it wants to do, not necessarily what you want to do with it. Has potential. A little above my pay grade. Up. Sounds like the snow's kicking back up. Well, other than a little bit of repotting in a couple weeks, doing some propagating for more stock in the future, not a whole lot going on. Threw some fertilizer out, the usual. I stuck a bunch of stuff in the ground to get it to grow a little bit quicker. I'll show you that real quick. So this guy is a noble fir. They sold it at the nursery as a Christmas tree, and my plan is to keep it a Christmas tree, but kind of in bonsai fashion. I'm gonna let it grow about 5-6 feet tall and really control the branch structure. Anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna grow it as a Christmas tree, control all the branches. Dogs came out to say hi. Hi, pups. Okay. Watch the tree. But so when I put it in the ground, instead of putting it in my nasty clay soil we have around here, I actually plant it in a mix. So this is lava rock, pine bark. Really not screened out. It's got all that fine nasty crap you don't really want in your soil. in there, but it's in the ground, so it doesn't really make a difference. I threw a top layer of needles on it just to help hold the moisture in the summers, which get pretty dry out here. I've got a couple olives in the ground, another juniper seedling of some kind. I don't know, my brother gave me that one. I got a persimmon, a cherry coming up from seed, pomegranates, all kinds of different stuff stuck in the ground. Here's one of the olives. It's kind of starting to turn into a bush. I need it to get a lot bigger, but from, let's say, here to here was just this last few months before winter came, and it was really small when I put it in the ground. But I don't know if you can see down there. There's actually roots coming up out of the soil, but it's starting to thicken up a bit. We've got another one right here I just stuck in the ground recently. It's again using all my pine needles as top dressing. Apparently the dogs have been burying this one without my permission. It's in kind of that bonsai soil mix as well down there. The juniper I just stuck in. It's got really spiny juvenile growth. Apparently it'll get softer as it ages. We'll find out. If it stays this pokey, it's gonna get shovel pruned and donated to somebody. That's just a cherry that came up from the birds. This bush I cut back because it got too big. It looked like one of those strawberry trees. I don't really know, but I haven't decided if I'm gonna attempt to dig out the bonsai it. There's the persimmon, just the rootstock. Got it at a nursery after a big storm. The graft broke off and failed, and the rootstock was alive and throwing growth, so I said, could I have it? And they said, sure. What I like about persimmons is the way the branches grow. It just, I don't know, it's very ordered. I like it a lot. A couple dead non-transplants. English ivy, plague of my existence. And over here are some cuttings from that Chinese elm over there. Just stuck them in the ground. There's just some crap soil. This is my clay I was telling you about. Look at that. Almost make a pot out of that. But Chinese elms tend to grow in anything. Got a couple pomegranates starting to finally grow and take off. Those are for eating, not for bonsaiing. That's the wife's orders. The fruit trees ain't doing much. This is a white nectarine of some kind. A couple Fuji apples that have yet to set fruit. They've been in the ground about 5 years. I'm assuming I'm doing something wrong. This is a trident maple I've had for a little while. Stuck it in the ground and I was amazed how fast it thickened up. It probably has grown, I don't know, 5-6 feet in the last year. Or the last 2 years. Really growing. So it will be coming out shortly. Let's look at that trunk. Be able to, already got this one coming off. Could just saw it. Let that really get all of its power. It'll have a nice trunk. It's already got a nice flaring going down in there. That's probably a keeper. Yeah. This is what I call my little Japanese garden over here. Mondo grass and mossy rocks and bamboo. Anyways, I guess I gave you a little tour. Well, I'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in. Cold. Freaking corn snow. Out of nowhere.